So hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So in our LeetCode playlist, today we are going to see a problem in LeetCode number 240, that is search a 2D matrix true. So this is a very important LeetCode problem that has been asked in a multiple interviews to the product based company. In fact, companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft and other top tech firms have asked this question in their interviews. So, if you are preparing for coding interviews, this question will be a must known question. So, we will break it down step by step, starting from brute force and improving it to an optimal solution. And I will also explain the intuition behind it, so you can apply the same pattern to similar problems. Okay, so let's get started. So, we will go through this question. And what is our question? We have write an efficient algorithm that searches for a value target in an m into n integer matrix. This matrix has the following properties. So integer in each rows are sorted in ascending from left to right. Integer in each column are sorted in ascending from top to bottom. So what they are given? They are given one matrix and they are sorted in the order like row is ascending from left to right. Right? This whole row. Understood? Then the column is sorted from top to bottom. Like this it is sorted. So now we are going to search one element from this 2D matrix and we are going to return whether it is present or not in a Boolean type. Understood? So what we are supposed to do? So see, we have the input as matrix and we have one target value. So we have a target value that is 5 and it is present in our array. So we have written true. Understood? Then in our example to see, we have one input array and we have one target value 20. But here we don't have that 20. Right? So we will try to understand this, how we are going to solve this. Okay. So I'm going to give you some explanation. So we will go through that and we have one target value that is 5. So I'm writing one efficient approach to solve this problem. If you want some brute force means, we are just going to iterate this whole array. That means we are taking one row and go through all the columns and we are going to check in if condition. That is called linear approach, right? So taking the start from 0 and the column from 0 and incrementing the I, decrementing j, and we are going to iterate it. That is called the brute force approach, right? So now we are going to approach in a different algorithm in an efficient way, right? So first I will explain that. It is similar like binary search, okay? So first I am going to start my row like here. I am going to start my row like here, 15. Understood? So row starting from 0 and my column value is n minus 1. So row equal to 0 and my column is n minus 1. That means this is our row index, right? So from here this is our column index. So what I supposed to do means, here n represent the size of one row. That is this whole row. Here what size we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this n represent 5. 5 minus 1, 4, right? So I am starting from 0th row, n minus 1th element. That means 15. So I am checking whether my 15 is equal to 5 or not. It is not equal. If my row column value is greater than my target. 15 is greater than 5, right? If it is greater, just minus the column. That means go to this element. That means go to this 11. Then it will again check 11 greater than 5 or not. It is obviously 5. Then it will move on to this 7, right? So again it will move on to the 7. So now what it will check? 7 is greater than 5. Yeah, it is true. Again it will decrement the column. Then it will move on to the 4. So finally 4. So what here will happen? 4 greater than 5, the condition becomes false. If our target value is greater than our row column value, then down the row column value. That means here 4 we have, right? From that minus the row. Keep the column that there itself, just down the row. Understood? So see, here we have 1, 4, 7, 11, 15, right? So in our second row we have 3, 4, 8, 12, 19. So first what I am going to do, I am going to start from this 15, right? So first I will check, my 5 is less than 15 or not, I will check. Yeah, this is true. If my target is less than my row column value, just decrement the column value. That means go to this column. Same row, move on to the left side. That means why we following this algorithm means we are starting from the rightmost top corner, right? So all the value from the left side will smaller than this 15, right? Then all the element down will be greater than this 15, right? So when we are moving like this, so next after next, we can able to find our target easily, right? So when it move on to this 11, then again it will check my 5 is less than 11 or not. Yeah, it is still less than. So that means it will move on to the left until the target value is lesser than 5, right? Then it will move on to this 7, right? So again it will check 5 less than 7, that is still true, and it is still true, it will move on to this 4. I want less than that 7 we are telling. So now it will check 5 less than 4, the condition gets false. So what we are going to do if this condition is false? In our else part, we are going to change the row value. So we have started from this row, right? So in this we have checked all this 4 element. There is no our target value matched. In our last we have got the answer as our target value is greater than that. So we have got the row column value as 4 and that is lesser than our target value. So obviously we are moving to the downside of that row, because we already seen that if we taken one value in our row column, in down it will be in the increment order, from left to right it will be in the ascending order. So when my target element is greater than my column or row value, we are going to make the row down. That means my row is now in 0, right? I am going to do R decrement. Then my row will be at this first index, right? This first index. So now I will check if my target value, so it looks like clumsy, I will erase it. So still our column value in this 4 only, right? We have just changed this row. So column value what we have? 1, right? Then it will move on to this row and it will find that column. So now we will check whether this target is equal to our row column value. Our target is what? 5. What is our row column value? 5. Right? So now we have found that element and we are going to return the boolean value. So if you don't understand, don't worry, we will again debug this pseudocode. So now first let me write the pseudocode of this problem. So first what we will take, in one variable we will take the entire matrix size. Understood? So in next variable we are going to take the column size. Sorry, that is row size. So row size we are going to take. Understood? So I have already told that we want one column variable and one row variable, right? So in row we are going to start from the row that is 0, right? Then we are going to start our column something like right topmost element, right? So n minus 1. Understood? That is one row size. See, if you are taken here, this is the entire row size, right? This is the entire row size. So what I will get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? If you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one row size is 5. So I am going to take the value as the last element, that is 22. So column equal to n minus 1. Then what we are going to do? We are going to loop through that when the condition our column index should be greater than 0. Because here we don't have, see, this is our index value, right? This is our index value. Here we don't have minus 1, minus 2, right? So every time my column value should be greater than or equal to 0. And another condition also should be passed. That means my row should be less than m. Right? My row should be less than m. So what is my m size? Here I have 5, right? 5 is my m size. So what will happen? So this m represent the rows, right? This m represent the number of rows. This n represent the number of column in that single row. So my row should not greater than that m. Then what we are going to check? If my target value, right? If my target value is equal to matrix of row of column, right? Row of column. If it is true, that means, see, when our row is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7, 8, 9. Take it as, okay? So my target value is 3. My target value is 3. And what we are going, which position we are checking first? That is our rightmost top element, right? So what if in our first condition itself the row, column value and target value matched? Right? Then we are going to just return true. Right? So just we are going to return true. So we have another condition, else if our target value is less than our matrix of R of column. So what we supposed to do? This is our first element, that is topmost element, and let's take as our target value is 1. Okay, so my target is still less than my row column element. Then what I am supposed to do? I am going to reduce the column index by 1. That means I am moving my column row value to this 2. That means column minus minus. Decrement we are doing, right? Because as we said, in this efficient algorithm, the array is in sorted row, like left to right increment order. The column is sorted in the way top to bottom ascending order, right? So we are moving like this and we are checking. So even if it is not, that means if my target value, that is target value is greater than our matrix value. Then what we are going to do? We are just going to do row minus minus. If it is not in this row, just go to this row. Understood? So we are just going to decrement our row value. So I will debug this code. Okay, don't worry if you didn't understood. So I am going to take one array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? And our index value is 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. Right? So first, what is my m here? My m will be, how many rows we have? 3. And my n is 1 row length. Right? I have 3 here. So n is 3, m is 3 also. So my r is equal to 0 first, c equal to n minus 1, that means true. So it will come to this while. Let me keep as the target value is 4, t equal to 4, okay. So it will come to this while, right. So it will check that condition and it will go into this if condition. It will check if my target, what is our target? 4, right, equal to row of column. What is row of column? My matrix row number is 0 and column we have is 2. So what in 0th row second column? We have this 3. Right? We are checking 4 is equal to 3 and we are, if it is not equal to 3, so we are moving to this else if. So it will check my target value, that is 4. Right? It is less than my matrix value. It is not less than, that is false. Then what we are going to do? We are going to do, this condition gets false, right? This condition gets false and this also gets false. It will move on to this else, right? It will move on to this else and it will decrement the row value. Sorry, it will increment the row value, because if we decrement means it will move on to the negative index. It will move on to the negative index. So we are going to increment that row value. So here also it is increment. I have said wrong like that time. So we are going to move this row to the next row. That means 1, right? Now the row equal to 1. So now then it will go to this while and it will check condition and run. It will now check my target value is equal to row column. So our row column value is, row is 1, column is 2, that is 6. It is equal to 6, false. Then it will come to this else if and it will check my target is less than my matrix value. Yeah, that is true. 4 is less than 6. Then what it will do? It will do the column minus minus. Now my column will go to this 5, right? So now my column will be move to the 1. After it will again go this and my while loop is go start run and now it will check my row and column value, that is 5. 4 equal to 5. It is false. Then again it will come to this else if, it will check 4 less than 5 or not. Still it is true because 4 is less than 5, right? Then again it will decrement the column value to 0, that is in the 0th column, right? So then again the while loop will be run and now what it will check? Now our row column value is this 4. It will check my target is equal to 4 or not. The condition will be false. See, the condition will be true, right? Sorry, the condition will be true. So when the computer says return true, it will stop the program there itself and it will just return the boolean value true or false, right? So this is our pseudocode for our problem. So now we will code it in LeetCode. So first what we need to take? We need to take one M matrix. So we will change this, okay, no need, matrix dot size, right? To check, to know how many rows we have, and then n equal to matrix of one row size. That means how many size we have in one row. Then we are going to take another value, that is r row, and then column c equal to n minus 1 for the topmost element. Then y c greater than equal to 0 and my row should be less than my whole row length, right? Then what we are going to do? If my target equal to matrix of row of column, then what we are going to do? We are just going to return true, right? Else if my target is less than my matrix of row of column. If it is less than, then column minus minus, right? Else row plus plus. That means move to the next row, right? So if the condition all gets failed, that means there is no matching value in our array, what we are going to do? Just return false, right? So this is our code for our problem. So now we will run this. So see, our test case has passed. So we try to submit it. So our question is submitted. So I hope you understood this problem. So we have solved in like efficient way only. So still it has some optimal ways to solve. So I hope you understood this algorithm. So if you like this video, please subscribe and share. So thank you for listening.